First of all, talk them down. If they're having like a high-ass expectation, talk them down. Potentially make sure the fucking coilovers aren't C's. That's what you don't want. So, you're thinking about buying your first pair of coilovers, right? You want to be that slam guy. You want to be this much off the ground. You want to get that fender to lip fitment. Well, I'm about to give y'all some game on buying used coilovers. Pretty much, this is basically what this video is going to be about, buying used coilovers. Get straight to the point. First and foremost, when you're buying used coilovers, do some research, definitely. That's why you're here right now. You're doing research. That's a good step into the right direction. I'm gonna keep it a stack. This is my first set of coilovers that I'm on myself. I'm on BC's. I bought it off with somebody else. When you buy used coilovers, look out for the pillow ball bearing, the top portion of the bearing where you could like have the camber adjustment. I would not recommend you camber your shock like this to run camber. That's no good. That's just gonna fuck up your steering inclination, because your axle's like this. If you're driving front wheel drive, your axle's like this, and you're like setting your axle at this angle. You see how my hand is? It's basically versus you have it like this. It goes back down. It's even. If you want to make camber adjustments, use the bottom of the strut knuckles. You could either drill that out. Many people have done that, so you could actually like bolt the bottom of the strut knuckle a little bit out. You could tilt it a little bit versus having your axle sit at this angle. Yes, it's gonna have some tilt on it, but it's not gonna be as bad as this. So definitely you want to check the pillow ball bearing when you're buying coilovers. I'll show a picture of what it is if you don't. The adjustment knob, basically. You want to check the threads of the coilovers. Are they like grooves on it? Is it like scored? I'll pop up a couple pictures of what I'm saying. When you're buying coilovers as well, you want to make sure you have that end link with the coilovers that you're buying. Even though you probably want to buy new end links, since you're going from shocks to coilovers, well, from struts to coilovers, basically adjustable suspension. You basically want to have new end links. Definitely recommend that. You want to make sure when you're buying the coilovers, you're getting the keys with the coilovers. If you're not getting the keys with the coilovers or end links, red flag. Don't buy it. I bought coilovers myself, and I've learned the hard way. I bought my coilovers for like the guy wanted 500. First of all, talk them down. If they're having like a high-ass expectation, like, yo, bro, you bought the car, you drove for X amount of miles, talk them down. Get to a lower price. Let's be realistic here. We're trying to save money. Well, who doesn't like saving money? Do you like spending more money or less money? Yeah. So, do your due diligence of talking the seller down. Say, for example, for me, my coilovers was 500. They were listed for 500. I went there and I looked at it. I'm like, yo, bro, I found a fault on the coilover. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I found something on coilover that I didn't really too mess with, and I was able to talk it down from 500 down to a cool 430-ish. That's what I paid for the coilovers. It's BC's. Usually them sell for 1,900, 1,700. Coilovers prices are expensive. 1,500. That's just BC's in general. BC's are pretty good. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna cheap out on suspension, and I just got the BC's because they were looking pretty good. Yeah, I got the BC. So definitely talk your seller down to a lower price that you want to pay. Make sure the rings aren't like stripped out. If that's a problem, talk them down. You want to make sure the coilovers, if it's like separate suspension, where is it? The rear is not a true coilover, it's like a spring and a shock. You want to make sure you have that rubber piece that goes onto where your spring would meet your chassis of your car. If that's not there, I'll show a picture of what it is. Talk them down. If you go there and the coilovers are not what you see on picture, because that's kind of what happened to me, so I got screwed on my coils, I will take my accountability. I got screwed on my coils. So I'm making this video for you not to get screwed by a seller selling coilovers, especially if it's your first pair of coilovers. You want to get into that fitment life, you know, slam the camber, be the cool guy, not trying to like stereotype any car guys, because we're all like that literally, but make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. So make sure when you get there, the picture is same as what you see online. If the picture look like this online and you get there and the shit look like this, you don't want to be buying that. Red flag. Look at it, review it, make sure you make sure it could work. If not, walk away. You still have your money, they still have their stuff. You didn't lose anything, you didn't gain anything, it didn't hurt, right? Right. Yeah, you definitely want to do that. Make sure you get into exactly what you see online when you get there in person, because that's kind of what happened to me. I realized this recently because I bought my coilovers like closer to December last year, 2022. I installed them in July, so I really want to do everything for this YouTube channel. So yeah, potentially make sure the fucking coilovers aren't C's. That's what you don't want. You go there, if they have the rings, try to take them and turn it, and if it's like giving you a really hard time and you really think it's C's, let's just say it's like you're putting all your force and it's not cracking, don't buy it, just walk away. Generally, if it's like that, you gotta put that much force, that means it's been neglected, it's been sitting, it's been collecting dirt, debris, dust, you don't want to buy it. If it has too much dirt in between the rings, the little rings on the coilovers, you know, where you could like thread it on, if it has too much dirt, red flag. Yes, it's gonna have dirt because when you're traveling, dirt's gonna get underneath your car, their car, and it's gonna, you know, put dirt on the coilovers. That's just suspension. It's literally just road debris. Literally, you drive your car anywhere, road debris. So definitely look out for that. Make sure none of the adjustments on the coilovers are like completely like camber adjustments or any adjustments that you gotta make on the coilover. Make sure the knobs, the adjustments aren't like completely stripped. If it is, you're gonna be replacing it. So let's say for instance you buy used coilovers. You actually take this video, listen to some of what I said, buy used coilovers. It needs work. If you talk them down low, it needs work. You gotta buy spare parts, because that's what I had to buy. I had to buy spare parts on BC. I got my coilovers for $430. Now I'm like almost 6 something. I don't remember the exact number because it's been a while back, but I had to buy endings, I had to buy the rubber piece, I had to buy the keys because I didn't know. I just seen the coilovers on Facebook Marketplace. Went there, got them. All right, cool, bet. I didn't know, so I didn't do my like one-on-one research on that. I just seen them because, you know, BC is a good brand, so I'm thinking it's BC's, they should be. No, I had to rebuild them shits. I had to learn on my own to rebuild them shits because paying somebody else to do it, that's even more money plus parts. If you could save yourself, because I'm sure you should be able to install coilovers. It's really not that difficult. Depends on the car. I'm not gonna say it's not that difficult, but most Japanese manufacturer, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Subaru, etc., it's fairly simple. It's usually just 3 or 4 bolts at the top of the strut mount. As I was saying, 3 or 4 bolts at the top of the strut mount. Raise them, 2 at the bottom for the strut knuckle, or if it's an older car, it probably has like something like this. There's just 1 bolt go through the bottom. I've seen a couple 90s Honda that have the strut like this and then separate it from the top. Yeah, but you know your car suspension. You could save yourself a ton of money installing your own coilovers. It's really not that difficult. There's a ton of videos right here on YouTube that you're watching this at on how to install coilovers on your car specific or change struts. It's literally not that difficult. You can do it. So coilovers, you want to make sure you have the end links, the keys. If you don't, you're gonna be buying that down the line. If you just get coilovers by themselves, you're gonna be spending more money. So instead of you going for, let's say Godspeed a good brand. I'll get on some brands in a second. Not get on them, but like touch on some brands. Godspeed's a good brand. I haven't had Godspeed personally, but I've had a few friends, like 2 or 3 friends that have Godspeed. They say they're been pretty good. They had it for like over a year or so, and it's been pretty good. So say for example, you got to buy spare parts. You got the Godspeed from like 300, and now you're like buying spare parts. All that's adding up, mind you. It's just going up. So you got to talk the seller down. It's gonna go up to like 500. Just for example. Just hypothetically. So Godspeed's a good brand. I would highly recommend BC's, but they're pricey. If you could get a discount code with BC, buy during the holiday like right now, that'd be pretty good. True Heart, they're alright. I can't speak on them specifically. I'm just giving my opinion. Even though I am speaking on them, I'm just giving my opinion. Who am I? You don't gotta listen to me. I'm just a person on YouTube. Yeah, Raceland. I don't really know all the other brands. I just know Godspeed, BC, True Heart, Raceland. It's this like pink and yellow one or blue and black one. I don't really know a lot of coilovers. I know some, but I don't know a lot. I just went to BC because traditionally I heard BC's good. Their coilovers are solid. They're like the best in the business. So I went BC because I didn't want to be cheap on suspension, even though I kind of went cheap on it, which led me to being more expensive. Cheaper leads to more expensive. Just remember that. I think that's about it, man. If y'all gained something from this video, you know, leave a like. If you learned something or like get my point of what I'm saying when you're buying coilovers, make sure you know what you're doing your research right now. Hit the subscribe button for that. If you like the channel, like the content, like the value I just gave you, you just gave me some of your time, I gave you some of my information. Subscribe for that. and share it to somebody that's new thinking about getting into stands / lowering your car. Like, don't go lowering springs. It will fuck up your car. Do not go lowering springs. I had lowering springs for like a year. That shit was terrible. Don't go lowering springs. Let's go coilovers. Yeah, see, I said cheaper leads to more expensive. Trust me, I have my experience, dog. But just don't go lowering springs. Point blank period though. No lowering springs. Coilovers. You're able to set preload, dampening, ride height, fender to lip fitment that you're looking for. I know. You be on Instagram, you see the Instagram reels, you be like, I want my car looking like that. You feel me? Not saying you're building your car for Instagram, just in general, but hope y'all boys like this video. Hit the like button, subscribe button if I gave y'all some valuable content. With that being said, I'll see y'all. Deuces. I can't forget. Talk them down. Make sure coilovers has keys, ending. Not a full coilover for your rear. Make sure you have the rubber piece if not, talk them down. Yo, you're gonna have to. If you don't, you're gonna have to leave out or